Well, hello there, and welcome to a brief argument and overview of why you should play Tsardoms Total War. Now, whenever you think of mods on Medieval 2, you probably think of three. You probably think of Stainless Steel, the complete overhaul mod, which just expands the game beyond recognition, and its sub-mods which do the historical accuracy angle to it, and it's had a couple of add-ons over the years, but it's been going on for well over a decade. So Stainless Steel is one of them. Divide and Conquer or a Third Age Total War for changing it all into Lord of the Rings. And if you're a big fan of Rome and the Roman Empire, Europa Barbarorum 2 is also, they are the holy trinity of mods. I recently did a video on when I stumbled across Insulage Draco, and I made a video just because I was so excited to see it. And someone messaged me, well, why haven't you featured Tsardoms on the channel? And the answer is, well, I'd heard of it. I knew it was a large, well-respected mod. But mainly, I think one of the issues with the mod is the fact that its names, you hear the word Tsardoms and you think Russia, Kiev, the Khanates and the Golden Horde. But actually, I'm going to make an argument of why you should. I will put a description into it. It isn't what I thought it was going to be. You can play a number of factions. What we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 27 factions in the region, essentially of the heart of the empire. Some of the factions are amazingly fun. I have played this one. It's not like the other one where I just sort of gave an overview of the map and things like that. You've got Renaissance Italy. So you've got Genoa, you've got Florence, you've got Naples, you've got the island of Sicily, and you've got some German factions at the top here: Bohemia, Austria, Bavaria, and the Swiss Confederacy. But what I've been doing most of it, you also get a lot of the Balkan states. What I've been really impressed with, which I'll get into, is you can start as the Roman Empire, which begins in a civil war, which to me is so much fun. This is what I've been doing with the game. You've also got Venice and Moldova. You've got all the little dilly factions in the north up here. You can even be the Khanate as it comes through. If I just start the game up as will be Byzantium, we're not going to play any of it. I'm just going to show you for it. This is a game that will blow your mind in how professional and how finished. There is a real element to it that puts it on par with the 4 mods I've already mentioned. You start in 1345, and when you see the map, it will make you want to play the mod. So if we just take all of this, you got the option for a garrison script, so whenever you attack, you can't hoodwink the AI. There's a hardcore mode, which makes it more expensive and harder for you to manage the economy. But again, I feel, having heard of the mod and not really bothered to download it, someone messaged me and said, you got to have a look at it. And if you have a brief tour of the map, you will see just how much unbelievable work has gone in. Each faction starts with 2 campaigns. You can either have a consolidation campaign where you just try and establish your nation as a secure kingdom, or you have an expansionist campaign, which is very much in the line of what you'd expect, sort of take 30 regions. On this one, we're on domination, so the expansion. I'm a portion of Rome, which has been split into 2. So you have this, forgive me, I'm colourblind, pink faction here. That's the Rome. That's the rebels of Rome, and I've elected this time to start as Constantinople. These are the territories that we would need, but we're not really going to go into that. But if you just take a tour of the map, you have forts already established for choke points and for greater strategic importance. But I think this battle map is the same size, or bloody well close to, stainless steel. So they've managed to be able to add detail and character to regions previously ignored by Medieval 2 mods that I've come across. I mean, just look at how congested and interesting Greece has become. You've got all of these cities piled on top of each other, and all of the mountain passes and all of the forts make it for a really, really enjoyable campaign. Some of the rivers are actually traversable, so you can get through and you can get all the way down here, so you could sail all this way and cause absolute havoc and mayhem with with whoever you wanted, if you so chose. One of the things that impresses me the most is Italy. Italy in Medieval 2 Vanilla was about 5-6 regions. If you ever went as Milan or Venice or Sicily, it was about 20 turns before you had dominance of the region. Italy, for the very first time in my knowledge, has been done justice. This is incredible. You have the Alps blocking your routes, and then look at the number of free city-states. So if you were to start as an Italian faction at the beginning of the game, you've got all of these rebel territories to sort of simulate the disunity amongst the Italian states in Renaissance Europe. And you could have real fun getting your teeth into sort of various conquests in the mainland and on the isles here. Unfortunately, these two haven't been split up, so they're just two huge islands. But everything else on mainland Italy really does make you just think, bloody hell, they've done really well. Or some, to my knowledge, quite a lot of the battle maps are unique and custom as well. Each unit, each faction has a unique unit roster, all designed with really high quality units as well. I can't say highly enough just how much they have put their effort into these unit cards. They're just beautiful. They've got them all. Some of them are transported from various other mods and things like that, but you've got to give them credit. You don't get to the Holy Land, so you are talking about Asia Minor, Greece, the Balkans just above. Hungary's an absolute superpower, by the way. Like, they're good fun. And all of the Italian factions have their own unique units. You cannot play as the papacy as far as I'm aware, and I've only played a little bit as the Romans, as I say, and you cannot really argue against not being one of these factions and having a Roman civil war. So it brings Rome into medieval in a way that I just didn't know existed. One of the things I would argue for, I generally think that everyone that I've spoken to didn't know this mod existed. I know it has a huge following, but maybe because of the name Tsardoms, and maybe it's linked to some events or some scripts that happen later, but I think that the name Tsardoms throws people off. When actually what you're talking about the Eastern Empire and Byzantium, so I would probably rename it something like that, but that's completely by the point, and it's my own personal opinion. But for that reason, and for those reasons very much, I just wanted to put a short video together to suggest, if you're looking at downloading a mod and you're looking at something different from the usual ones that you find, a Third Age Total War mod or sub mod, the expansion one, like very much like Stainless Steel, or a Roman classical antiquity era one like your Europa Barbarorum, this mod is incredible, and I would highly recommend it. The install is incredibly easy. All I've done is copied it into my Crusades Kingdoms file, and it worked first time perfectly. I don't know if there's anything that I should do, so if anyone does know, maybe it's like Insularis Draco and you are not allowed to have it as a Kingdoms exe file, but fine. If you do know that, please message me. I would argue this mod will change your gaming habits. It is brilliant, and that's all I'm here for today. I'm hopefully going to get a campaign out on the channel which involves it. I would like to do a Roman Civil War campaign on this one, starting with the faction that I have done, holding Constantinople. And just to look at the campaign strategy models, look at that for the city. That is very similar to the huge cities that Fire and Blood had on the Total War for Game of Thrones, where Old Town and King's Landing were bloody massive. And it's just so beautiful. Everything about this mod is highly polished and feels like it should be a standalone game produced by Creative Assembly itself. This is, again, I can't believe I'd never heard of. It's been a real 2 weeks for me, having Insularis Draco as a stumble and then finding this one straight off the bat as well. So do message me if you have played this mod, if you like this mod, if you would like to see it on the campaign. Hopefully I'm going to get it into the roster of the campaigns we've got going, but it's full at the minute. So I might, if I've got time, do what I've done on Insularis Draco and put sort of a bonus campaign. I'm playing as the Kingdom of Daphid on Insularis Draco, but for this one I will be visiting it and it will feature on the channel. This mod is incredible, and this is more sort of a heartfelt thank you to the people that made it, or the individual. I don't know any of them, but I would recommend this mod to broaden your own gaming habits. So that's it for today. Like I said, link to the ModDB page is going to be in the description. Let me know how you get on it. It is fantastic. So do take care of yourselves, and goodbye from now. If you know of any other mods that you would like me to have a quick look at and see if they work, or if you like them in the roster on the channel, do let me know. And like I said, just message me and I'll see if I can get them on to the channel. But thank you very much indeed for watching. If you have, do take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now. Play this game.